So RAWR. Today's RAWR is going to be a little different because I feel like it and because basically this is what I hear all day, this is what I deal with all day, and I finally feel like ranting about it. So RAWR, first of all, when I go looking for a new gaming supercomputer to play on, I do not go looking for a Mac. I don't know anyone who does. That is an avid gamer, that their super gaming computer is going to be an Apple product. You go looking for Alienware, or what I have, I Buy Power. You go looking for something that's designed to process all of the high technological functionality of your gaming and will play all of your games. Apple, some of their products are decently technological, but they're so constrictive, you can't even use Adobe Flash Player. I'm just saying, on stinking Apple stupidness. I mean, my gaming would be cut so back because I love cult classic games and little old games and stuff like that. And so many of them, unless it's some big name game, it's not going to be on Apple anyway. So, I mean, it's just completely pointless. So, the thing is, you know, even my brother, video game designer, he doesn't use Apple almost at all. He has a little MacBook that he had to get for college, but honestly he doesn't even hardly use the thing. What he uses is his actual computers to do designing and to do everything. I don't understand how anyone who is a real, you know, spends hours a day gaming kind of person, why someone like that would ever go for an Apple product, unless you're just into little iOS games, which honestly, you can find those in Facebook. I mean, they're same caliber. Just saying. So, okay, so you got this. I'm just throwing it out there. So, if that is true, then as a gamer, why in the world, if you would not normally go looking for an Apple product for your gaming on computers, why would you do so for a phone? Just throwing that out there. Doesn't make any sense to me at all. Even just, okay, we're going to start like this. iPhone 5, been out for a little bit, still insanely on back order because idiots keep buying the thing. iPhone 5, I was so disappointed in. This is why. iPhone 5 versus iPhone 4S. How many differences are there really? Really? This many. It is now Lightning connections. Yay! All your old stuff is obsolete. Go spend lots and lots of money to get new ones. Number 2, it is now 0.5 of an inch bigger screen. Yay! You can watch YouTube videos on it now, sort of, kind of, maybe. Number 3 actually is good. Retina display. Finally, they caught up with something to compete with the AMOLED / HD technology on the, anyways, they did already do that on the tablet, but I'm just saying they finally did that on the phone. Number 4, finally, 4G. Why people bought 3G phones from them in the first place was when there's 4G is beyond me. I went from 3G to 4G and I was like dumbfounded at how bad 3G is comparatively. I mean, it's just ridiculously not as good. So why the 4S ever was as popular as it was is beyond me in the first place. But in reality, the iPhone 5 selling like hotcakes. And what is better about it than the 4S? Cuatro things. That's it. That's all. Everything else is the same. Both have a dual-core processor. Both have 8-megapixel camera. Both have 1080 recording. Both of them have the same stupid glass that shatters everywhere whenever you drop the thing. Both of them have an 8-hour battery life, for estimate. Both of them have iOS 6 operating system capabilities. Both of them have Siri. Both of them are global. Both of them have 1 gig of RAM. It's the same phone, except 4 things. At least when the 4 went to the 4S, it went up in technology a little bit. At least it went from a 1 gigahertz processor to a dual core, from 512 RAM to 1 gig of RAM. I mean, at least things went up on the technology side of things. Nothing has gone up on the technology side of things except 4G and Retina display. That's all. I don't understand the fascination with the iPhone 5 at all. And the iPhone 5, you know, you can say there's good things about Apple. You know, like, they're the biggest app market in the world. Very true. They have over 500,000 apps. That is true. They do. Droid has almost 500,000 apps. They do not have quite as many. That is true. But 80% of Apple's apps cost money. 60% of Droid's do not. They are literally free. Just saying. You go in and you make your Apple ID and you might as well sell your soul. I'm not saying that Google doesn't want your soul as well. Totally not saying that. They all do. They want your soul. But I'm just saying you're selling your soul and getting less for it. What is the point of paying $10 for 12 oranges or paying $10 for 5 oranges? Why wouldn't you pay $5 for the 12? So let's take some, let's say Galaxy S3 versus iPhone 5. Even though the Note 2 is out now, and even though that phone would still raffle stomp the iPhone 5. But that's the one I said, so I'm going to stick with it. Okay, so I'm trying to not totally, completely make the iPhone 5 look absolutely horrible, but unfortunately it does a very good job of doing so by itself. I deal with people and their phones every single day. Anyone who says that iPhones have less glitches than Droid does not repair them. Or deal with the people. Almost all of phone things have absolutely nothing to do with the phone being bad and everything to do with some setting that the customer... I don't want to talk about work. I want to talk about stupid gamers going for the wrong thing. I'll talk to someone on the phone and they'll be going on and on about, you know, Guild Wars 2 or League of Legends. You know, oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. Help me with my iPhone. Why do you have an iPhone? That does not make any sense. You are a gamer. Some granny should be on an iPhone. Some old business guy should be on an iPhone. Why are you on an iPhone? Well, my friend had it. That is, I swear, Apple has sold 40 million. Freaking, okay, 40 million. That means 20 million of them were because the other 20 million got them. Had nothing to do with desiring the phone. Most of the people that I deal with have no clue how to use their phone. They just got it because somebody else had it. I always tell people, please, please, before you get a phone, go play with the thing. Make sure, because you're going to have that phone for the next year and a half at least. So make sure you like the operating system before you buy it. Just saying. Whether you like Droid or whether you like Apple, just like your phone, please. But as a gamer specifically, what is the point of an iPhone over a Droid? I have like 30 games on my phone. I didn't pay for a single one of them, and they all work just fine. My phone is completely customizable and open-ended and not a linear operating system. Makes no sense. But even, okay, let's go back to example. iPhone 5 versus a Galaxy S3. Just some specs and standards and blah, blah, blah. They both have a dual-core processor. They both have 1 gig of RAM. They both have an 8-megapixel camera. They both have 1080 HD recording. They both have, you know, the global capabilities. You know, they're both pretty, you know, good with all that kind of stuff. But this is where it starts getting different. The iPhone 5 has an 8-hour estimate battery life. iPhones have all had an 8-hour estimate battery life since the iPhone 3S. iPhone 3S. That means 3S, 4, 4S, 5, 4 freaking phones ago. And they still haven't upped the battery life. Don't get why that makes them popular, but iPhone 5 is still the exact same battery life. Okay, then you go to the Galaxy S3. Estimated 15 to 20 hour battery life. iPhone 5 has that stupid glass. Oh, I hate that glass. You have to buy the phone, pay $200 for the phone, plus pay another $50 for an OtterBox, just so that when you drop the thing, you can hope. Sometimes the OtterBox don't matter. Just hope that you drop the thing and it doesn't go crash in a big giant shower of glass. On a Droid, it's at least Gorilla Glass. It will still break, but it will have like a diagonal crack, and you can still use the touchscreen. It's not completely malfunctional and beyond using. You try to use an iPhone after it falls, you're going to just end up with glass shards stabbing through your finger. I mean, it's ridiculous. The Galaxy S3 has the sensor controls. I mean, what is the point of having a phone that argues with you, Siri, versus a phone that listens to you when you tell it to do something, and it does whatever you want it to, even if all you do is freaking look at the thing? Why would you want Siri? And if you do, on a Droid, you can get Andy, and he'll argue with you. Honestly, the whole talking phone thing to me is a complete novelty. I don't actually know anyone who's not blind or a granny who actually uses Siri on a day-to-day basis and doesn't just use her as an entertainment kind of methodology. No, nobody actually uses it. Meanwhile, instead, on an iPhone 5, for instance, you can say, Siri, launch, the nearest, a map to the near, we'll pretend that the map thing on Apple works beautifully. Launch the nearest Domino's. We'll just say, well, Pizza Hut. Domino's doesn't support lesbian rights. Pizza Hut. Okay. So then you're like, but they do make a better pizza. Dang it. Why? Okay. The nearest Pizza Hut. Okay. So you do that on that. And then Siri says, please say again. I did not get that. Please repeat for the first 2 weeks that you have her. Finally, she learns how to understand you, even though she supposedly can from the beginning. So you say, please launch the nearest Pizza Hut. So then, pretending that the map works, she'll be like, turn left in 2.1 miles, blah, 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 blah. You can do that. Or, on the Droid, you can just say, hey, launch maps, saved Pizza Hut. There you go. It's right there. It'll call and pre-order it for you. You get the little map to it, or you can do step-by-step directions. Just hit it. That's all you got to do. You don't have to listen to some woman talk to you about it and ask you a bunch of questions about what you want or don't want. It just does it. I don't get it. Smart Actions. Fantastic. Zoomacast. Fantastic. iPhone. It's dumb. I have so many people that I help every day with their stupid iTunes and it not syncing and it not working right, and their stupid iCloud and it not syncing and it not working right, and it didn't save everything and only saved part of the contacts. With Google, it's more, I forgot my Google password. Oh, I have to actually go to Google about that? You can't just fix that for me? You don't know my Google information? Really? With Apple, it's, hey, I know my Apple ID. I know I'm putting the right one in, but it won't work. I don't understand why it's not working. People are like, Droids freeze and power down by themselves. So do iPhones. Actually, iPhones have a known issue with it. After certain software updates, they will turn off entirely, and you cannot get them to turn back on at all unless you press the front face button and the power button at the same time for about 7 to 12 seconds, and then it will start to reboot itself. But until then, it won't turn on, period, even if you charge it. So people call me at least minimum once a day, twice a day, something like that. My phone won't turn on. My iPhone. Well, okay. I think it's broken. I need a warranty replacement. It's not coming on. I don't know what is wrong. I don't know what happened to it. This is a piece of crap. Well, did you press the front face button and the power button at the same time? Well, what would that do? That won't help. It won't turn on. I already told you. I tried the power button. But did you try the front face button at the same time? Well, no. Go ahead and do so. Well, I touched them. They didn't do anything. Hold them down for about 7 to 12 seconds. Just see. We're just checking. It turned on! You fixed it! It wasn't broken. They do that. by themselves all the time. I don't know why people think that a change in operating system is somehow less hard on an iPhone than it is on a Droid. Just changing operating systems on anything is just hard. Unfortunately, this is the truth. It is glitchy at the beginning. You have to delete and re-add all your email accounts. It just is stupid. It's annoying. It's frustrating. It is what it is. Everything does it because everything keeps updating. I just don't get why, as a gamer, you look for a powerful, full tech computer with an awesome processor, great RAM, just high power device, and then you settle for an iPhone as a gamer. I don't understand why the iOS games are somehow interesting compared to a Droid game. It's the exact same thing, except different picture. I don't understand how anyone who is an avid gamer and wouldn't normally go to a Mac just for their gaming, for their high-powered gaming machine, why in the world would you do that for your phone? And game on your phone and expect it to be better on an iPhone when it's not better on a computer. And some people will say, oh, I do game on my Mac. What are you talking about? If you game on your Mac, it's because you already had a Mac and your game happens to work on it. It's not because you bought the Mac specifically for your gaming. Just saying. So don't buy an iPhone specifically because you're gaming. I'm so sick of hearing people say that. Stupidest thing ever. It's completely ludicrous. Anyway, RAWR. I actually had a rant today, and it was a real rant, and not just oh, hey, I like this game, this one thing, but I really like this game. No, really. No, this is a pure and unadulterated RAWR. Anywho, have fun, enjoy yourselves, be happy. Eat apples, don't buy them.